After 50, many people notice something frustrating happening to their body. The belly gets softer and heavier. Energy feels low before the day even begins. You wake up tired, bloated, and somehow gain weight even when you feel like you barely eat anything. Sound familiar? And here's the frustrating part. Many adults blame themselves. They think they simply need more discipline, more exercise, or less food. But what if the real issue starts before breakfast even begins? What surprises many people is that this may have less to do with aging itself and more to do with what happens inside the body during the first hour after waking up. Most people think weight gain after 50 is simply caused by eating too much or moving too little. But researchers are now paying closer attention to something called insulin resistance. As we age, the body may become less efficient at handling blood sugar, causing insulin levels to stay elevated longer than they should. And when that happens, the body becomes much better at storing fat than burning it. So what exactly is insulin resistance, and why does it become more common after 50? The easiest way to understand insulin is to think of it as a helper hormone. Every time you eat, especially foods containing carbohydrates or sugar, your body breaks that food down into glucose. Insulin's job is to help move that glucose from your bloodstream into your cells where it can be used for energy. When you're younger, the body usually responds to insulin very efficiently. But over time, especially after years of stress, poor sleep, inactivity, and processed foods, the cells may stop responding as well as they once did. This is called insulin resistance. Your body still produces insulin, sometimes even more than before, but the cells become slower to respond to it. As a result, more sugar stays circulating in the bloodstream while the body stores more fat, especially around the stomach area. And this is where many adults become confused. Maybe you've experienced this yourself. You cut back on snacks, you try eating less, you even skip dessert, yet the belly fat still seems harder to lose than it used to be. Insulin resistance may also affect energy levels. Instead of steady energy throughout the day, many adults experience afternoon crashes, brain fog, stronger cravings, and constant fatigue. Blood sugar rises and falls more dramatically, and the body begins feeling like it's constantly fighting itself. But here's the part most people never hear about. Your body does not start fresh when you wake up in the morning. In fact, during the final hours of sleep and the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking, your body goes through a powerful hormonal process designed to prepare you for the day ahead. One of the main hormones involved is cortisol. Many people think of cortisol only as a stress hormone, but it also plays an important role in helping you wake up and feel alert. In healthy amounts, this morning cortisol rise is completely normal. It helps your body release stored energy so you can get moving. But after 50, this process may start affecting the body differently. As cortisol rises in the morning, it signals the liver to release glucose into the bloodstream, even if you haven't eaten anything yet. This natural process is often called the dawn phenomenon. So before breakfast even begins, blood sugar levels may already be elevated. To handle that extra glucose, the body releases insulin. That means many adults wake up with higher insulin levels before taking their first bite of food. And this is where common morning habits may quietly start working against the body. Many people wake up and immediately check their phone, read stressful messages, rush through the morning, drink sugary coffee drinks, or eat highly processed breakfast foods. These habits may push stress hormones even higher while quickly raising blood sugar at the same time. And it doesn't stop there. Most people also remain completely inactive during those early morning minutes. They sit in bed, scrolling their phone, move straight to a chair, or spend the first hour of the day barely moving at all. Muscles stay dormant, circulation stays sluggish, and the body receives very few signals to start using glucose efficiently. Individually, these habits may not seem like a big deal, but repeated every morning, they may quietly push insulin levels higher and make stubborn belly weight, cravings, and energy crashes more difficult to manage over time. So, what can you actually do about this? The surprising part is that it may not require an extreme diet, exhausting workouts, or complicated routines. In fact, one of the most interesting strategies being discussed right now takes less than 3 minutes in the morning. And that's what makes it so powerful for adults over 50. It's simple, gentle on the body, and easy to fit into almost any lifestyle. No gym, no expensive equipment, no intense workout before sunrise. The goal of this short morning routine is to help the body wake up in a smarter way by supporting muscle activity, calming stress signals, and improving hydration before breakfast even begins. And when these three small actions are combined at the right time in the morning, they may help the body manage energy and blood sugar more efficiently throughout the rest of the day. The first part of the routine is surprisingly simple, but it may also be one of the most important. Before checking your phone, before coffee, and before breakfast, the goal is to gently activate your largest muscle groups for about 1 minute. Why does this matter? Because muscles are one of the body's biggest users of glucose. When muscles contract, they can help absorb glucose from the bloodstream more efficiently. This means the body may rely less heavily on insulin during those early morning hours, and the movements themselves are very gentle, especially for adults over 50. The routine can start with 10 slow bodyweight squats. Nothing intense, just controlled movement to wake up the legs and hips. Then 10 standing marches, lifting one knee at a time to activate circulation and balance. Finally, 10 slow calf raises, rising onto the toes and lowering back down carefully. That's it. No sweating, no complicated workout, no pressure on the joints. But here's what makes this so effective: timing. Remember, the body may already have elevated glucose levels in the morning because of the natural cortisol rise during sleep. By activating the muscles early, the body begins using some of that circulating glucose instead of leaving it sitting in the bloodstream. For many adults, this also helps the body feel more awake naturally. Circulation improves, stiffness decreases, and energy may feel steadier instead of sluggish. And that brings us to the second step. This next part may seem small, but it can completely change how the body feels during the morning. The second part of the routine focuses on calming the nervous system. Even before the day fully begins, the body may already be carrying stress signals from poor sleep, mental pressure, or the natural rise in cortisol. And when stress remains elevated too long, the body may struggle to maintain steady energy and balanced blood sugar levels. This is where slow breathing becomes surprisingly powerful. For the next 60 seconds, the goal is to slow the body down using a simple technique often called box breathing. Breathe in slowly through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold gently for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through the mouth for 4 seconds. Then pause again for 4 seconds before repeating. The reason this works may be connected to the vagus nerve, one of the body's most important calming pathways. When breathing slows down, the nervous system may begin shifting away from a stressed, reactive state and toward a calmer, more balanced state. Many adults notice that their shoulders relax, their heartbeat feels steadier, and their mind becomes clearer after just a minute of controlled breathing. And for adults over 50, learning how to calm the body instead of constantly rushing it may be one of the most overlooked parts of healthy aging. The third part of the routine may seem almost too simple, but it also plays an important role. After several hours of sleep, the body naturally wakes up slightly dehydrated. During the night, the body continues breathing, repairing tissues, and using fluids even though no water is being consumed. Many adults wake up and go straight to coffee without properly rehydrating first. But even mild dehydration may leave the body feeling sluggish and low on energy. That's why the final step focuses on slow hydration. A glass of room temperature or slightly warm water is usually enough. Some people also add a small pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. The sea salt may help support natural electrolyte balance, while lemon adds flavor and natural compounds associated with digestion and metabolic support. More importantly, proper hydration may help the body function more smoothly overall, including how it responds to energy and blood sugar throughout the morning. And here's where things get even more interesting. Many people have heard about intermittent fasting and the potential benefits it may have for blood sugar balance and weight management. And for some adults, fasting can absolutely be helpful. But fasting alone may not fully address what's already happening inside the body during the first hour after waking up. Morning cortisol may still raise glucose levels, the body may still be inactive, and dehydration may still affect energy and balance. That's why this short routine may work differently. Instead of focusing only on food timing, it supports several systems in the body at the same time. The gentle muscle activation helps the body start using glucose more efficiently. The slow breathing helps calm stress signals, and hydration helps the body recover from overnight fluid loss before caffeine or processed foods enter the picture. Together, These small actions may create a steadier metabolic environment before the first meal of the day even begins. And this matters even more after 50 because the body itself changes over time. One reason so many adults feel frustrated after 50 is because their body no longer responds the same way it did years earlier. The habits that once helped maintain energy or weight suddenly seem less effective, even when daily routines have not changed very much. Part of the reason involves natural muscle loss that happens with aging. Starting around middle age, the body gradually begins losing muscle mass every year, especially without regular movement or strength-based activity. Since muscles help use glucose for energy, having less muscle may make it harder for the body to manage blood sugar efficiently. Hormonal changes may also play a role. For women, menopause changes the balance of hormones that once supported metabolism and energy regulation. For men, testosterone levels may slowly decline with age, affecting recovery, muscle maintenance, and body composition. Sleep also becomes more important after 50, yet many adults begin sleeping more lightly and waking more often during the night. And then there are the mitochondria, often described as the energy factories inside the body's cells. As we age, these energy systems may become less efficient than they once were. The body may feel slower during the day, take longer to recover, and rely more heavily on quick energy from sugar and refined carbohydrates. When all these changes happen together, muscle loss, hormonal shifts, reduced sleep quality, and lower energy production, the body may start responding differently to food, stress, and daily habits. And for many adults, finally understanding this can feel like a huge relief because it's often not about laziness or lack of discipline. The body itself is changing. After completing the morning routine, the next step is choosing a breakfast that supports steady energy instead of working against it. Many common breakfast foods may look healthy but can raise blood sugar very quickly, especially first thing in the morning. Sweet cereals, pastries, flavored yogurt, pancakes, and sugary coffee drinks may leave people feeling hungry and tired again shortly afterward. Instead, many health experts recommend focusing on protein and healthy fats during the first meal of the day. Simple foods often work best. Eggs are one of the easiest options because they provide protein and nutrients while helping create a more balanced breakfast. Healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, walnuts, or almonds may also help support steadier energy throughout the morning. The goal is not perfection or strict dieting. It's simply about giving the body a slower, steadier source of fuel instead of a rapid sugar spike early in the day. And perhaps the most important thing to remember is this: your body is not working against you. After 50, the body simply changes, and those changes may require a different approach than the one that worked years ago. That does not mean healthy aging is out of reach. In many cases, small daily habits matter far more than extreme diets or exhausting routines. A few minutes of movement, better sleep, calmer mornings, proper hydration, more balanced meals. These choices may seem simple, but over time they can quietly shape energy, metabolism, and overall well-being. The key is consistency, not perfection. Healthy aging is not about trying to become younger again. It's about helping the body feel stronger, steadier, and more supported with each passing year. And sometimes, the smallest morning habits can become the beginning of that change.